excited to talk wedding. I have not really shared much about what's been going on since we got engaged. If you haven't seen that, I'm very type A, so I knew something was happening, which is why I was wearing the perfect dress. But it was still beautiful and amazing, and he did a great job. So I'm gonna do a little face mask. It's Saturday night, I have some tea, and we're gonna talk about some wedding stuff. I can't do a face mask if I don't moisturize my lips first. It just feels illegal. I thought I just saw a bug. We got engaged at the end of January. We went to LA, which was kind of the start officially of our final version of our relationship. And I was living out there at the time, so we were doing a lot of long distance. So it was just nice for everything to kind of culminate there. And honestly, I knew I was gonna be a crazy bride because I'm type A. I've spent a long time planning events, doing all those things. So I knew I would have a lot of opinions. So I thought, based on the advice I got from so many people, I wanted to just enjoy being engaged for a minute. So I did my best to lay off. I did kind of like Pinterest boards, and that was it. I just didn't reach out to anyone. I didn't want to stress myself out. That being said, by the way, this is the best face mask ever. My skin regularly does a 180 when I start using this. It is very messy and a little stinky though. I also knew I was gonna need a wedding planner just because my job's super demanding. I just don't have the energy to like be in spreadsheets for work and be in spreadsheets for a wedding constantly and solely be responsible for the progression of planning. So I knew I wanted a wedding planner and I knew what vibe I wanted. So I'm excited to share. This is kind of the mood board direction. Very coastal, not surprising for people that really know me. I wanted it to feel really elevated. My initial vision was like black tie, everyone's in long gowns. I wanted just a really black tie experience, and I wanted it to be by the water but not on the water. I don't believe in weddings on sand. I think that's just like it's so unpractical for so many reasons. So I wanted like water vibes. To be honest, like my vision of the wedding came from a couple of movies. I'm a movie girl, specifically a rom-com girl. So Father of the Bride, I love anything Nancy Meyers. And also, did you guys know she's from this area? She's from the Philadelphia area. So now I feel more justified and connected with my obsession. But Father of the Bride, in terms of like very homey, very like, I don't know, just that like palpable Nancy Meyers aesthetic. And I know it's trending right now, but I promise you this has been my personal obsession for decades. So not new. The other thing that came to mind was Jumping the Broom, because one, it was just beautiful views, it was black people, it was romance, it was minimalism, all things that kind of I associate myself with. And so that was always kind of like the reference point. So I would say like those two things, I feel like that comes through my mood board quite a bit. And we were trying to figure out what are we gonna do? California felt too far for everyone to travel, specifically like older family members. And I just feel like being from the East Coast, he has a lot of people that are going to be traveling from the South. It was just going to give like, we have to go all the way to California, like a 6-hour flight. No one was going to want to do that. And California is just so freaking expensive. So that kind of felt out. I really didn't think there was anywhere in our area that gave that vibe, but I was willing to look. So we actually started not in our direct area. We started on Maryland Eastern Shore, which is very coastal. It's very bougie, but beautiful. So I'm gonna share some clips, but I did tour with like some of my best girlfriends, my mom. I don't know if you guys know, but down there, they're charging $50,000 to $75,000 for the tent and a generator. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. And I think I had a moment of like delusion where I was like, okay, we can fit this in the budget. My mom was like, girl, what? And I had to have it come too, because that's crazy. That's some people's entire wedding budget. That's more than some people's entire wedding budget. Like, it's insane. And then I was like, for Maryland, I just really had to get myself together. So there was like a good 2-3 months. I really thought we were gonna get married in Maryland. I was gonna force it. I was gonna make it work. My dream venue, when I thought about it, was the Inn at Perry Cabin. I'll share it here. you didn't know, that's actually where they filmed Wedding Crashers. So there is like a bit of probably upcharge that comes with that. But it is stunning. All the wedding photos and videos you see from there, beautiful. But yeah, the prices were just like not even realistic at all. So we kind of moved off that. I was like, okay, what about the shore towns in our area? The only one that fit the vibe was really Cape May. We ended up finding a venue we really loved. My fiance actually came with me to see this one. We're here at the venue. I'm a little late between the rain and stuff, but it did stop raining. And I'm having a work emergency on a Saturday. My client is at his kid's swim practice. I'm at a wedding venue tour, and we're having to talk about social media, which is a perfect depiction of what I deal with my job. Let's go in. We're in the wrong place. It's another mile up the road, but we got some snacks, and yeah, so here we go again. We were just having a conversation about the venue. We really liked it. It was beautiful. It kind of has the vibe we want. The cons, I think, are it's pretty much usually full grass except for the dance floor, which you think about heels sinking in, you think about if it's wet, like that could be a bad situation. Full flooring is costly, which I have seen quotes for that. It's not the favorite of the owner just because it messes up the grass and stuff. So that was one thing. And then I think logistically we just have to work very hard to make it feel like a cohesive wedding weekend, since most of our guests will be flying into Philly. It's an 1.5 to 2 hour drive from Philly, so that like feels disjointed. And so those are like things that we're thinking about, and we're just discussing like the other option on the table right now, which seems to be Martha's Vineyard, and like what that could look like. I'm hoping in the next month or so, like we have a consensus, a deposit, a date, a venue, a planner, because I'm getting tired and it's just the beginning. It's just the beginning. What do you think, babe?
I loved it.
Yeah, you seem to really like it.
Yeah, I loved it. It kind of, you know, like on Love Island when he was talking about, oh, it was like 80-40. Right? That kind of like now it's 50-50 kind of.
Yeah, because he was very like pro Martha's Vineyard up until now.
Yeah, for sure. I think Martha's Vineyard has a lot of big cons that we...
Big cons?
Big cons,
I don't
yeah.
think it's big cons.
I think it is.
Because I don't think so. What is the big con? That some people are not going to travel?
Yeah, like that, the whole like getting people there, like aspect.
That's not our job to get them there. Our job is to say you have a 1.5 years, figure it out, you're an adult, and then we're also going to be providing help for those that need help booking travel.
I get that, but that's still kind of, to me.
You're 30 at this point, you should be able to book a trip.
You're right.
More cohesive. It's an experience that we can give people that, like, this is a place like you can have actual vacation as a part of your trip to this wedding, which I think is cool. And it's a location that most people don't think or want to work to go to, but once they're there, they like love it. So.
And I agree, but I do think like we've been there. People say I got to take a flight, then to take a boat.
Well, if you're flying in, you don't have to take a boat.
Well, that's true. Once you get, don't you have to take a different plane? Like if you're flying from California, you would have to fly somewhere else and then take a plane. Then.
Let's Google it. I don't know because we've never done that. Let's see. I just want to see what the route is. It's okay. Everyone's a little neurodivergent. I'm hungry. I just realized we drove up and back and didn't stop to get food. I'm super excited to take you guys on the journey with me. I feel like there's so much we're gonna have to talk about. Like I said, we're very early on in the process. Not stressed yet. I look at it, but I'm not stressed yet. Next is nailing down the planner, a date, and the freaking location, if not a venue. So those are the things we're focused on right now, and I will keep you guys updated. If you have any other questions, let me know. I am new to this thing, so please comment, like, subscribe, talk to me. I am gonna do my best to be consistent on here. Excited to grow our little community together. Cheers.